Peace and blessings to all those that hear my voice. Assalamu alaikum to all the Muslims out there. And my name, I go by Amen Bashara. I got the name because I looked it up, and I wanted it to mean believer in the Gospels. It's Hebrew for believers in the Gospels, and I believe that all prophets from Adam to Muhammad brought gospel, which is translated as good news, meaning there is no God but God, and to him is worship due, for great is his mercy, and great is his blessings upon those who believe and don't believe. I want to also state, so that you know who you're listening to, I am a believer in Islam, but I am not a Muslim because my lifestyle contradicts. I mean, I love the religion and have so much respect for it that I'm not going to call myself that until I get there. But what I wanted to talk about is what I've been seeing in the media, this assault on Islam. And my heart goes out to all the victims in the West that have been affected by the terrorist group that's gaining much attention. I apologize to you, and I want to let you know that that is truly not Islam. And my heart also goes out to all my people in the Middle East who are caught up in this conflict, who have had to leave your homes, who have had friends and family murdered by the terrorist group, and all forces fighting the group. And truly, my heart is with y'all the most, because it seems like instead of trying to find solutions so you can get back to your native land and live in peace, we have this battle between countries. And you would think that the countries would be focusing on fighting this terrorist group, but it seems as though they're not interested in fighting the terrorist group. They're interested in influence and how to maintain their influence. And while trying to maintain their influence, people are dying every day. And truly, my heart goes out to you. And really, I don't want people to be afraid of Muslims, because I don't believe that anything that this Black Flag group is doing reflects on Islam. Because if you look at Islam, you could look at one of Islam's greatest examples, which is the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And he was kicked out of his own city of Mecca and exiled, and never did he resort to violence until he was pushed into it. And even before he was pushed into it, for years and years, he preached. When he was insulted in Mecca, he preached. You know, like he went to the streets and he preached. The sword was his last resort. And I see so many of these so-called terrorists that claim the mantle of Islam going straight to the sword. When did you go on the street and preach? Because the Prophet preached. He preached for years and years before he picked up a sword. Did you preach for years and years? Or do you see yourself to be more endowed with wisdom than the Prophet? Peace be upon him. The prophet loved those, even though they disrespected him and said that he was a madman. He preached. He preached before he picked up a sword. Muhammad had a straight connection to Allah. Do you have a straight connection to Allah? Because I know I don't. So what makes you so quick to go pick up a sword? You claim Allah Akbar and you do all these things in the name of the religion. When did you pick up your paper and write? When did you go out to the streets and preach? When did you do these things? That's what I would like to know. You were so quick to go pick up a sword, and the only thing you cutting down is the people's chances of learning about Islam. I guarantee you half of these people in that so-called terrorist group don't live the life. They worse than I am. But you want to pick up a sword and go fight. Like, it makes no sense to me. And scream jihad, jihad, jihad. The greatest jihad is inside yourself. That's the greatest jihad you could do for Allah. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say Muhammad, but that's the greatest jihad you could do for Allah. Is the jihad inside your heart and your mind when you strive to say no to sin every day. That is the greatest jihad ever. But you go pick up a sword and you strike down Muslims and you strike down unbelievers. Are you the Noah of future to where you knew that this unbeliever would never give Islam a chance? Do you know the future or do Allah know the future? Because I'm going to go with Allah. You never came and preached to him. Never. It's a whole lot of your brothers and sisters that went up into Europe, bringing Islam with them. And now there's a whole lot of people in Europe that's learning about Islam. They have been more effective in the battle against Satan than you have. Because you're fueling these races in my country, in America. You're fueling them. You're putting fuel on the fire so they can have a reason to go and bring more blood to the Middle East. Has not the Middle East suffered enough loss of blood in life already? Have they not? But you're fueling the fuel. You're fueling the fire. You're causing these people that ain't never heard of Islam to have a terrible impression. People to where I guarantee you if they saw you lived it and they heard you talk about it, it'll bring a tear to their eye. But you want to pick up a sword. I just put this on the tube because it was going through my head. Because it just seems like it's about to get bad in the Middle East. And my heart truly goes to those who suffer. Truly my heart goes to you. Because it just seems like whoever these forces are behind these countries, they're not going to let it go. They're not. They're going to find some way to get this war started. And if it is Allah's will, then it must be. But if it is not, curse be on those who try to bring war to that land. May they lose their life and may their seed be cut from the earth. Praise be to Allah. There is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is his prophet.